Hello guys, I'm back. Sorry, I've been missing a few days. I needed a break. It was exhausting. I didn't think doing a vlog would be that exhausting. But look, I'm actually sitting here with my mom. So I decided, first of all, my podcast and YouTube is not about putting down my mother. I wanted to make sure that you guys know that I have a very good relationship with her now, and I have forgiven the past. But she has a really hard time with the past and being embarrassed of things that she was, just being a parent. It's embarrassing later in life to admit when you haven't been able to protect your child fully the way you would want to protect. But I feel that she did the best she could for, her belief system and how she was raised and the kind of mother she had. So in my last YouTube, or maybe the one before, I had a woman who wrote a comment, and it's so strange, you guys. First of all, when someone puts their life story out, I still don't even understand how people can write a comment that has anything to do negative. Or it's none of your business, first of all, for you to intrude into my privacy. And then you come in and write something that I never said. So I actually had to take that entire video down and repost it because of one person. And the reason I did it, not because you actually mean anything to me in my life, but I did it because I want to make sure that I don't offend anybody with my podcast, even my own mother or anybody that's going to be talked about. Obviously, there are bad people that were in my life that are not here anymore. So even them I'm going to respect. But do me a favor and listen carefully. This is not about your religion. This is not about the Muslim religion all around the world. This is not about Islam. This is about my Iranian family and how we were raised and what I was told. So my mom was raised by a very strong Persian Muslim family. And let me introduce my mom, you guys. This is Shireen.
Hi, guys.
And I know you know a lot about her, and some of you are mad at her. I get it. But don't be mad. Just know that we're in a better place, and the reason we're doing the podcast is to help people who are dealing with the same types of issues to understand that, look, even my mom and I, we made amends. But one of the most important things is honesty. So let me close one chapter first. So if I start talking to you about my culture, when we talk about Muslim, Persian, Islam, any of that conversation that comes up in any of my podcasts, listen carefully. This is not about you. This is only about my family. I have so many friends, Jewish, Muslim, my mom does too.
Of
We've had
course.
all cultures. She's taught me to accept all colors. It doesn't matter. So just want you to know that this is not about a bash to any religion or culture. So in the future, when you go to type a comment on someone's page, read and listen carefully to what the people say. Because one comment, a negative comment, in someone's story can destroy how people are reading it. So you're the one that's making your culture look bad by writing what you wrote. First of all, you can't shut me up. Get it? I am not going to shut up. And I'm going to keep talking. And I'm just letting you know this is my life, my story, my mom's life, my mom's religion, the way she was raised. Okay, so now we can move on. So we're going back because finally my mom is at a place in life where she's not that embarrassed and she can be more open with me because she understands that I'm not holding a grudge and that I accept it. So I want to take a moment to give her the platform so she can explain to you guys a little bit about her own culture and how sad it was that she was also married off to men she didn't want to be with. So, Mom, I want you to just tell my audience a little bit about, like, when you were growing up, you know, did you have any choice to who you wanted to be with, or?
Not really. My parents was very educated. We were the family, yes, we were Muslim, but not fanatic, because we believed the freedom for children, talk to them, be friends with them. My father and mom was like that, but for some reason they were fanatic, like, because I came from the very big family, and at that my age was 14 or something. I was in love with someone, a boy, a guy. I was like 3 years old, maybe 3 4 years old.
Older than you.
And that family was so fanatic, very Muslim, like covering at the Shah's time.
Which was
They were
rare.
covering the hair and everything. So they said, no way you can marry this guy. And they did so much things to hurt me. And I married a man who was 30 years older than me.
30 years?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So my first brother, remember the one I told you?
Shaheen, yeah.
The one she didn't get to see until he was 18?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I married him without loving him or anything. And he was living in Germany. After marriage, he took me to Germany. And of course, I didn't like him. And I was not ready for marriage at that time, because I have no idea what's going on. So he put me in a place, school, to learn Germany. It was like a Schabenerizition.
Oh, like a place you stay.
Yeah, like a
overnight
he took
Boarding
me there.
boarding school.
It was Goethe Institute. He put me every Monday to
did
that
not know that.
place and picked me up on Friday.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I had no
Because
idea.
I never told you this
Oh
stuff.
my God. Do you see, you guys? Do you see what I mean? Okay, well, that's nice to know.
Anyway, it was the people, all the students, they were young like me, and the boys come to me and said, we know your husband, he's your grandfather, come with us to the disco, come with us to this and that. So, and what happened, I couldn't stay with that guy. My father was a little bit different.
Did he know, your father know that he was putting you in?
Some part he didn't know, but my mother did. You know, they pushed that guy. They told him, if you go to Europe and stay there, we're gonna send you back. You're gonna get married, and you and Shirin go back to Europe. They promised them, that guy. That poor guy with that fanatic family, because Iran, son always go take the job from father. You know, it goes like a chain. Anyway, so they fooled him like that. He went to Europe and I got married without him to know.
Wow.
Then my mother took my picture without my husband to his mother, said, tell your son, my daughter got married to the very nice guy. They went to
the one
Europe.
you were in love with.
Yes.
The boy that you were in love with?
He was not there. He was in Europe because my parents sent him. They pushed him to go.
Wait, let's go back really quick. So this has nothing to do with Shaheen's dad?
Yes, exactly.
You're talking about Shaheen's dad?
Yeah, the marriage was with him.
No, I know, but which guy did they get?
That was the young man.
The first one you were like, the one that you fell in love with when you were 14?
The first one I'd be in love.
So why did your dad send him away? How did he do that?
No, they talked to him.
Oh.
Because he always came to my dad's office.
Okay.
and even sometimes they hit him or
They hit him?
hit him and go.
They threatened him, basically. They
Uh-huh.
told him to stay away from you?
Exactly.
And do you think they might have paid him off to stay away from you?
No pay. Because he was not like that.
Okay.
He was a good guy. Anyway, so my marriage
Oh, I see. So you got married to
to
Sean
the old
Dean's-
man.
Did you get married in Europe?
No, I got married in Iran with a big party.
Got it. And then he took you to
Then
Germany.
after a week, we went to Germany. He has a house in there, a big house and neighbors.
And then he started putting you away once a week.
He was not the man I loved because he forced me to go to that school.
Got it.
He forced me to go to the party.
I had no
He
idea.
was sitting on my side, and I don't see him anymore, and I see another guy on my side. And I was looking for him. It was a fashion something in Europe. Everybody get party, all the girls, the boys get together. And I saw him. He was kissing the friend's wife.
Oh my God.
I was so mad because my house was very close to that party. So very slowly I go to my house and I lock my door, and he came in the morning. From that night, that day, it was beginning. I hate him.
Of course.
I said, what is going on? You know? Anyway, so that marriage didn't take too long because I come back to Iran. I didn't know I'm pregnant. So I went to the doctor, tell my dad, your daughter should keep this baby because she's a young woman. Maybe later she wants to get married to another guy and she cannot have a baby because it's so dangerous for her to take the baby out.
Which, by the way, they were uneducated back then because we all know.
Anyway,
Well, I'm against myself. I'm against abortion, but that's my personal opinion.
yes.
Not if you've been raped or something like that.
No, he was my husband. Isn't
So in my mom's, what my mom is trying to say is that they basically told her that if you had an abortion, it could affect you having kids in the future.
Yeah, exactly. So I keep that baby. In the hospital, I didn't want to see that baby because I know the plan. They wanted the baby give it to father. They didn't bring it with me to my house, to my parents' house. So I said, I don't want to see my baby because as soon as he comes to my, so I cannot leave him anymore. Anyway, after 3 days in hospital, the nurse came, this and that. They said, he needs your milk, you have to feed him. Anyway, after when he got 1 year old, or maybe 1.5 or 2, dad was with the secretary. So he decided to go back to Germany and married that girl who was his secretary. Okay, they took my son to Germany. And I couldn't get touch with my son. And that was a long story. I want to make it short. So 18 years I couldn't see my son. Every time when I find him, his address, his phone, they change it. Not to,
I am a witness to that. She
Yeah.
tried very hard.
Anyway, after 18 years, suddenly it was amazing.
But wait, I remember you also wanting to respect him.
Of course.
And you said to me that you were waiting for his 18th birthday so that he can make his own decision.
Yes, because
I was
It
with
was
her,
the-
you guys, when we made that phone call. We were in Glendale.
I don't know if you remember.
I remember everything. We went to a payphone.
Pedram has a little boyfriend, and they came from Germany, parents. They were Persian. I put that husband to the phone. I said, don't say anything about me. Just
But didn't we go to a payphone together? I remember we stood and then
Uh-huh.
he hung up on and said, "You're lying."
Yes, exactly.
Sorry,
You are
okay.
right. But first, the husband, that
Oh,
friend
she had a
told-
German person call.
because, he could speak Germany. And they bring Shaheen on the phone. Then I told Shaheen, I'm your mother. My name is Shireen.
Oh.
He said, no way, no way, no way. Are you crazy? Who you are? I said, go ask your papa.
I remember that.
So after all this, he came to United States from the very first time, and I saw my son. Of course, he was so friendly. Thanks his father, he grew up very educated, very good boy.
Was she a
I
good
mean,
mother to him?
No, because exactly when they went to Germany, she got pregnant with
Oh.
another boy. So after he noticed there is a difference between my son and her son. Anyway, but he grew up with no complex. And he came here and was, and he loves his sister.
We were instantly bonded, you guys.
Yeah.
At the airport when they hugged for the very first
Yeah.
time, from that moment, like I remember just getting in the car, it was like he was there always. It was never different. It didn't feel.
And the same things to her.
So then, okay, so we're gonna move on from that. So then so that marriage doesn't work out. So you stay in Iran now, right?
I was in Iran for after maybe 2 years or so, because I remember Shaheen was 2 years when I got your dad's.
So I want to know, how did you meet my dad?
Okay. Oh, that's a long story.
She's now going to explain to you how she met my father. Now remember, her first husband that she had, my brother, she kept communication with her first husband for at least, let's say, up to 3 years of my brother's life.
Yeah, 3.5
Yeah.
or so.
So then what happens is he doesn't give full custody to my mom, but my mom gets to visit and see him. So what happens
He
is
brought it to my house.
he would drop the son off to see my mom. So now my mom is going to tell you guys how my dad got in the picture, which I'm going to help her because she just said it. This is the first time I've ever heard this, you guys. So what she's saying is that my dad, she met him through this school that my aunt, remember my aunt is special needs. So if we say she's 50, she's mentally 10. So just want to remind you.
She was sick.
Yeah, so she was going to a school, even though she might have been 15 or 16, for younger kids. So my mom's son was also attending this school. It was like a preschool.
Yeah.
And now she's
No, they don't stay at night.
Yeah, no, just a preschool.
Yeah. Anyway, that lady, she showed me, she bring that.
One of the housekeepers that was dropping off
exactly.
a child at the school noticed my mom.
And your dad was the very good friend of that couple.
So this lady that was the housekeeper of a couple that had a child at the school.
Yes, exactly.
That couple was best friends with my dad.
And he was looking for a woman.
And he was looking for a woman. So the housekeeper came back to this couple
and said,
I found you guys a hot woman. And they told my dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
They told they were no. I didn't know what's going on. So once the lady, Charles' mom, came to me to school, he said, hi, how are you? I'm so glad, this kind of stuff. Can you come to my apartment and have a Turkish coffee with me? I said, why not? Because your child, my child are very friends. Yes, I'd like to meet you and your husband. I didn't know he's there.
Little slime ball guy.
Yeah. So I went there.
He's a player, you guys.
And I see the gentleman sitting there.
Persian man with blonde hair and blue eyes.
Very handsome, very gentleman. And I didn't, it was no interest for me because I just had the big bag. If you go back to my bad everything. I just got divorced, my baby was I never think about to meet someone. Anyway, from that day, I met him in that apartment. He was following me everywhere. Everywhere I go, I always go with driver. And the driver said, ma'am, there is someone behind us with Mercedes Benz. That was your dad. He knows where I live. He knows everything about me, right?
Wow.
And my parents was in Europe because my father got sick and he had to go to the Paris for the
Surgery.
hospital and everything. So he came. One day my driver was there. He come to stop, brother, right on my feet. Please, I take you anywhere you want. And I didn't know anything about him. So, because he was so interested of me,
But he was handsome too, right? Was he handsome?
yes, of course. He had
Were you
so many
attracted to him?
ladies, so many women, they were after him. I didn't know in the beginning.
Did you know what he did for a living?
He was in police. He was a police.
I think he was CIA. That's my
Yeah,
guess.
he didn't wear the police dress, but he was
Undercover.
undercover. Anyway, so
Oh, that's where I get my undercover skills. Okay, that makes sense.
and anyway, it was, we got friends. He came pick me up until my parents came. So the culture in Iran is they come with a family to the other's family to ask for a marriage and everything. So I didn't know he's married before. And he got 3 children with 2 moms.
Oh my God.
First, he told me he had a wife with 2 girls because when he come to bring me somewhere, and I took Shaheen with us, so he brings so many kids, like his sister's kid, the other sister.
Covering up his own kids.
So I was confused, I couldn't know which one is his. Anyway, he fooled me like that with 2 girls from the beginning, 1 marriage. Then we set up for the wedding. Everything was just ready. All the people was invited. Anyway, he came to me and said, that boy, 9 years old, that's my son too. And I told my mom. My mom said, no way. No way. He lied to you from the beginning. That was my fault. I said, it's okay. 2 children, 3 children. He told me anyway, So we got married. From the day when we got married, start my life again. My bad experience with this man.
Didn't you see him do something bad at your wedding?
Because my parents didn't like to. They flat tire my father's car. They did so many things.
Who did?
From your dad.
Oh, like his kids probably, the daughters.
No. From the guys
I
because
don't like them.
he was undercover guy.
Oh, he had people. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so that marriage was not really too long.
Did you ever live with him?
For 1 year.
Did you have a nice relationship?
And I was pregnant again. You.
Oh my God. But did you have any fun with him?
Before marriage, yes.
But when you got married,
When we
right
got
away?
married, now he wants to bring all the kids to my part of the house, not the parents, because they were with parents. They wanted to come to our life.
Oh, meaning they had moms that
No, grandma.
the grand. Oh,
His father, your father's mother.
But didn't
father.
the daughters have any moms?
They did, but she was not with.
So he
living with
basically took all his
them.
kids.
Yes, exactly.
Because he was raising 2 daughters and a
Anyway.
son. So my question to you is, you didn't really have any relationship after you got married.
No.
So my question is, when you were giving birth to me in the hospital, you said something about him taking a ring off your finger.
That was my no. Before you born, you were my stomach. Because of my life, he was bad. Children was bad. I fell down, and I was no.
You
They
passed out?
took me to the hospital. I was
Oh.
pregnant.
Oh, okay.
So as soon as they took me to the hospital, they take my
Oh, I see.
my thing, everything.
He took it.
Yeah, he thought I'm gone. Maybe. Anyway, so even when you were born, I didn't accept him in my room. I said I don't want him to.
So you were basically separated.
2 children, you and Shahi. You came to my parents' house.
Got it.
Born in there.
But when I was born in the hospital, you and my dad really were not close.
No.
So my question to you is, where did I, and be honest, Mom, because it doesn't matter at all at this point, where did I go from the hospital?
In my house, in my arm.
Okay, so I went home with you.
Yes.
To Madarjan's house.
To mother.
I remember that.
I mean, to our
Believe it or not,
home.
you guys, in the last few months, I remember things I didn't
After
remember.
when you got the, I was okay. You came in March. March is our new year, and in my culture, in my family from my dad's side, we have a big party in a hotel to celebrate the
New Year's.
New Year.
Remember,
So-
you guys, she comes from a very wealthy Persian family.
And my father and mom said, you can come, but not him.
You can come without your husband.
Yes.
He was still your husband.
He was still my husband. We didn't
Just separated.
divorce yet. Yeah. I was in my father's, right, with you. And as soon as I told him, he got so mad. He took me with you to his house. He said, you cannot see your parents anymore. This, and that. Okay. I went there without permission from my parents. Because they were so hard to take me to the home and make him separate and everything. So after a month, I was out. I don't know where I was. I came to the house. I put my key. The key doesn't open the door. So I went to the neighbor. I said, where they are? Because in that house, his parents was living there. 3 children was living there. You were there. And he was there and I was there, right? So I couldn't open the door. The neighbor said, I saw everybody went together.
I didn't even know this.
Okay, at that, no, you were so little.
Oh, yeah.
baby.
No, I just never knew it ever.
And I said, my God, what should I do? And I cannot go back to my parents, tell them what happened. He locked the door on me and he took my baby. So at the time, we didn't have a cell phone, nothing like that. I took the taxi and I went to one of his sister. And that sister told me he doesn't want to be with you. He took everybody, not you go to that house.
He moved?
No, he was so...
He found another place.
No, he went to his sister.
Oh, I see.
For a while, like...
He just locked the door of the house and left.
I can see you. I can go inside to get my dress, everything. So he came to the sister.
He was a really bad person. I mean, that's just
He
mean.
came to your aunt, and you know what he said? Okay, take the baby, you come with me. I was so happy. I said, okay, he come down. So he took me to the building, I remember. There was the room in there, and it was some woman say hi to him, and he put me to that room with you, with no food, no drink, nothing. And I was there. And there, that time, telephone, it was not easy. You can call to everybody, no. So 2 days I was there. And very careful I came with the very stairs to come out to buy a milk for you because you were drinking milk with bottle and something for myself to eat. Then he came. He came and he took me to my parents' house without you. Then he took you to that place. You know where. So, and I was
The
so,
foster home place.
yeah, I was so crying. And of course, my parents still love me. They were so sorry about the life I had. Anyway, this is too much, baby.
It's okay.
It's too much. Okay. The day after he came to my house, he called one of the housekeeper, give a paper to him, and he said, give it to Shiri. That was my divorce paper. He brought it there. He was drinking, actually.
By the way, all along, this man was basically plotting a way to get money
Of course.
from her family. So just
Anyway,
keep in mind that this is
My
a plot.
father came to the home and he was so mad. Why? I give the permission to him anytime he wants, he can divorce me. Iran was like that, you know.
The women didn't have a lot of rights.
They did, but and when we got married to that ceremony, my father got the paper. He cannot divorce me.
In the
I
contract
divorced
it
him,
says that.
you know. But he took it from me by saying, very nice, you know, you are my wife. I don't know when your dad go and divorce us.
Oh,
And
he
now
tricked you.
Yeah, he tricked me.
He basically tried to blame it on your parents.
Exactly.
Power attorney.
Got
Yes.
it. So he tried to trick you. Basically,
Anyway,
he tricked you.
I got my divorce. He took my baby, and I was so sad.
But he didn't want me, you guys. He didn't. It's not like
No,
he took me
You took him to the
home.
foster home.
Which, by the way, brings me to this picture that I found.
Yeah, exactly. That was the
You can't
nurse.
see it, but I'll
She
post
was
it.
so nice.
So I
Because
just want you guys to
your
know.
dad told her her mother shouldn't even come to the door, but she told me, I hide you. I don't let him
This
to know.
picture is something I'm gonna show you guys. You'll see
Yeah,
it.
she said, don't worry, you come here every day, be with your baby. I don't report it because he come and he check us.
And just so you know, when I was growing up, when I saw that picture, they told me it was my birthday party. So in my
I
mind,
got one birthday party.
no, I know, but it was there. I remember now for sure, 100%, because I'm intuitive and it comes to me. But just so you know, my whole life I was told, "Oh no, that was just your birthday party." So I never knew
Yeah.
that I was actually
You
in a
see,
foster home having a birthday party. This
This
is my mom
age.
visiting me.
No, this is you were with me.
You'll see
And
this
this
picture, you guys.
age, he took me. He took you to,
So this is the age I was taken away from my mom, and you guys will see it right now.
anyway, so that was the story in the end. I got divorced. So
Sebastian, you can go through.
my ex, الان میخواد
It's okay. It's
فیلم
okay. We can still film. You can go through.
شاره یه ذره آب بده من
Get
شاره
some
خانم.
water for my money. Okay, so let's talk about up to this point. So now we're getting some real answers. So basically, I was with her. I went from the hospital to her home, and then you guys heard, and I'm at this place. How long was I at this place? Just be straight up honest. If you don't remember, say I don't remember.
What?
But I was at this home for at least a couple years.
Not the cup, no.
At least over a year.
Maybe 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah, not more.
So where did I go after this place?
To my house.
But okay, to your house.
But to my house with so much problem. With my mom, Shohre, my sister.
How were you able to get me if my dad put me here?
Because my dad took your dad to the court or something.
Oh, okay.
And he got the letter.
Got it.
If he wants to come back to me, if he took you again, at the time, 300,000 was so much money.
Got it.
He had to pay my dad.
Okay.
But my dad paid him
Do you remember how much?
maybe 300 or something.
So I would say 300,000
I have
back
the
in
letter.
1970 was like equivalent to 3 million now.
I have the letter.
You do?
I guess I give it to you.
No, I never. Mom, I don't even know anything about
No,
myself.
maybe the paper.
I don't know anything. If I had a paper.
lately I give you that was and it's there. I
Okay,
believe.
I'll look. I haven't seen it.
Anyway, that
So
paper.
now let's go back to me. This is something I just realized that Mamani told. Remember the other day when I did my blog and I said, hey, you guys, I just got some new information. So Mamani is now saying, so now I go, remember I was at the foster care for a year. Then my grandpa takes my dad to court. I'm just finding this out with you right now. Takes
Isabel,
my,
give me water.
he went to get you water. He takes my
okay.
grandpa to court, somehow gets me out of the place, and now I go home with my mom,
Right.
which, by the way, I talked to my mom a little bit before we started filming, and she, for the very first time I'm hearing this, not today, just like a week ago when I did my last blog, and she was saying that the reason that I could, when I went to her parents' home with her, remember that I have a special needs aunt who was also born to my grandmother, and she's only like 10 years from me, right?
Okay.
Shore?
Sorry.
She's about 10 years older.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
So
Thank you,
Thanks,
baby.
babe.
Thank you
so
very much.
now my mom is saying that it was difficult, even though they live in a mansion, they have maids and drivers and workers.
You had a babysitter.
I had a babysitter,
You
but
called Mamani to her.
but here's the thing, Mom. How come they didn't want me to stay at that house?
Because they said it's bad for Shore.
I didn't know this.
Because you were a smart girl, you were
How could,
normal.
but I was normal.
Everything
Not that I
was-
was a smart girl, and not that I was normal. Sorry, guys. No offense, but remember,
That was my mom.
her English
actually.
is not that great. So what she's trying to say was my aunt was special needs. It's not nice to say someone is not normal, but I know what you mean. I just have
She's
Mom.
not
I know it's
normal.
called special needs.
Okay, whatever.
So she was special needs. I wasn't. So that her parents felt bad for Shore.
Yeah.
So that Shore didn't feel like, why
She
is
was Dallas. Look, how come Neda
which
has
makes
this?
sense. That makes sense. She is their daughter and I'm the granddaughter. And so
That's
okay.
why I came to United.
Okay, so now I wanna know when I came to the house to stay with you, how long did I get to live with you?
If you remember, we were just talking about, we saw the picture. My neighbor, I got the boyfriend.
Oh,
Yes.
so he came
Yeah. it was
after my dad.
Of course.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. And you were playing with him. You just telling me.
Sirius.
Serious.
By the way, I do remember him, which is crazy, you guys.
He
I
was my
remember-
boyfriend after your dad.
Why? Now, did he never come to America, right?
No, with me?
So
no.
it's crazy, you guys. My childhood memory of my mom's boyfriend is in America. Even though I remember, I probably will freak my mom out. Like, I even remember the guy's bedroom. I do.
Serious bedroom?
Yeah, I do.
We never go to his house.
I-
We come to our house.
I swear we were at his house.
Maybe once.
I
Maybe.
remember his bedroom, he had a mattress on the floor. He didn't have a bed.
No way.
And yeah, I remember it was like a nice.
They were so rich.
No,
How
Mom,
come
it
you-
was a nice bed, but it was just like low. I just remember sitting on the edge with
Maybe
him.
you remember. I don't remember.
I know, and he played guitar for me and sang. I
Yeah,
remember.
he was playing guitar.
I don't know how I remember that, but I always
Because
thought.
everywhere I go with him, I took him.
Wait,
Took him.
I even remember something else. I remember a nickname.
Your nickname or his?
He called you something.
Oh, I don't remember.
There was a nickname. It was a very sweet.
And he had the dog.
Didn't he call you Shidin Jun? Something sweet about you.
He loves me so much.
Okay, so there was a nickname. But anyway, so okay, tell me. So you start dating this guy, and I kind of hang out with you with him.
Always. Always you were with us.
And your dad was okay about this?
My daddy is not my mom.
Okay.
Of course.
So you
my
kind of
mom.
kept it from your mom. She didn't know.
Mom said, boy, you are going with him without marriage. You know, in Iran, every neighbor see you.
Do you see where her mentality came from? Keep that in your brain because you got to remember.
But I was not the girl anymore. I was not the young girl. I married already 2 times.
So what happened with this boyfriend? How did they break you up?
Okay, that was my mom was forcing me to marry him. And his mother didn't like me because
Too many kids.
his son never got married. I got 2 marriages with 2 children. Only children you were around me, not even Shaheen. So they didn't want, she didn't want it. And her lost one of his son, a very young son, for cancer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
He was
she
the only
took
child.
the advantage of that guy son to Cyrus. Like tell him, you are only my son, he's gone, you have to listen to me.
She broke you guys up.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know
exactly.
that. Okay.
So I came to Europe without you.
And where did I go?
Without you.
I stayed with Mother.
You stayed there. Khale Fruz was there.
I remember that.
Okay. So I came to Europe. After Europe, I came to United States because my 2 brothers was living here, and one of my brother has a married, a very young girl. So I came here and
Who I
lived with them.
connected to, you guys, in my adulthood in the city I live in that had nothing to do with them. Somehow I found her.
Anyway, 2 weeks. I came for
Crazy.
only 2 weeks because she was there. I have to go. My kids was there. I cannot stay. Then my brother came to me. He said, please don't go. If you go again, you're going to get married, another problem, another child. I go, I promise. I go, I bring your daughter. And he kept the promise.
But I
He
want to know
brought
how
you.
long was I there?
In Iran, 1 year.
So another year. So where was I in that 1 year?
I stayed in my parents' house.
For sure?
Yes.
Okay.
You were in my parents' house and your dad has no power on you. Remember?
Did I see him at all?
I don't know. Because when my brother wants to bring you to
I
here,
remember this.
he had to go get the permission as the
I
father.
do remember my stepsisters hitting me.
Oh, that was so bad. They were so
His
bad.
daughters. It just came
That's
to me.
why I didn't want you to live with your dad.
They abused me. I remember I posted a picture,
They
you guys.
abused Shahrukh more
Yeah,
than
their
you.
own brother. But that brother was also from another mom. So I just remember my stepsisters being very abusive to me being very despondent and scared. I remember that.
But you weren't not too long with them.
No. And then I stayed with my grandma, which I remember. I do remember being.
No, you came to my house, you were with us, you were with
No, but
me.
when you left, I do remember a little
Anyway,
bit.
so, and after a year, my brother and he brought you to me. From the day you come to United States, I had to separate from my brother because doctor told me, get the apartment, separate, give her a feeling he's in her home. Anywhere I want to go, you took my pants or my feet. I don't want you to go. I go to the bathroom, you follow me because you were scared of I disappeared again because
But I don't think you understood that then,
then I took you to the
psychologist.
doctor, psychologist. Even I don't like the apartment. I just moved to that apartment very quick. So he said, don't move until 2 years at least. She has to feel it. She's not going anywhere. She's with you. She's staying with you and she has a home. She has her room, everything.
Well, it's true. I mean, I remember having a lot of anxiety, but you have to remember she was also a mother that was young, who
Yes.
didn't get to live her teenage life. So she was a very, social person. So I
Because
just,
I grew up like that.
yeah. So
Always in my house was party, big
All the
party
time.
for my birthday. Even I was not there, my mother get that party for my
here's
birthday.
the weird thing about my mom and I, our family, is that Yeah, we've had the best birthday parties, the best dinners. Like, it's deceiving, you guys. You can go to some birthday party and look at the family and everything looks so good. Some people leave envious of money. And one of the reasons who I am today, and you don't really know what I do yet, and I'll tell you more about me. But one of the reasons I'm not interested in that lifestyle of money and power, it doesn't do anything for me. Like, I'm not attracted to it. You can ask my mom. I've had opportunities to get married to very wealthy Persian men.
Yeah.
I mean, there were so many Persian men that wanted to marry me.
Even your cousins,
I know, that's a different story.
because he was a doctor.
Yeah, I don't marry cousins.
And
Mom.
no, we don't.
But you tried
If
to.
our family,
you tried
no.
me. You tried it.
No, I talked to you only.
And I was like,
Listen,
zip your mouth
for
and throw
her
that
marriage, because I had a bad feeling, bad memory about my life, they didn't let me to marry the guy I like it. I love to.
So I want to go
From
to
the very beginning.
and that's where I want her to understand that I'm not mad at her anymore. Yeah, I mean, some of the stories I share with you they're brutal, but I'm also the kind of person I'm a mother. I have 2 kids. I know exactly that she wasn't raised with a belief system of health, like a healthy family. She doesn't get it. Just because, like, you see behind us, and this is the family my mom comes from. You look at these family and you look at these royalty families, like,
Here they are all together, all sister and brother. This is my grandfather, my grandma, 2 aunts, and that one in the middle is another aunt. On the left is my uncle. The one with the tie is my father. Here it's me, my brother Farhad, my older brother, and Farzad is in mom's stomach. And of course, that's my father. That's the uncle of my father. Okay, he was the minister of Big Reza Shah. That one is grandfather. And the clothes he's wearing is all gold. And my aunt has it in a box. Here, another uncle of my father, he was the professor teaching for pregnant women to bring their born baby and everything. And the top is my father's grandfather from that side. And that part is my mom's family. On the top is my uncle, you know, the one with the tail? That's my mom. Exactly is Neda. And the grandmother, if you look at the picture, you can see Neda's face in there. And that's my father, if you want to go on your... Oh, yeah. That's my father. And I guess you took the picture from my mom. All the furniture you see it here is 100 euro.
I know, that's so cool. That's the best thing. Everybody thinks everything is so good and perfect, and inside that beautiful bubble is this crap, you guys. This is what happens. I feel sorry for her. She deserved to be with the man she wanted to marry and be with. She didn't even get an opportunity to have a baby.
They messed up my life.
They messed up your life. So she has 2 babies. They're both ripped out of her hands. I mean, it's not fair to her either. So if you guys ask me sometimes, like, how do you forgive your mom? I love my mom. I forgive her because I have a heart and a soul and I have empathy for people. But no, I didn't have this. Maybe if you talked to me 10 years ago.
Maybe I didn't let you to marry at that age. It's not because I was Muslim or something like that. Because it happened to me. You love a guy. You said to me, I love him. I want to get married. I said, even they get separate.
Mom, I didn't say I want to get married. I promise you that.
The guy, you remember?
He-
He had a very funny film. You remember
Okay,
that?
so let me go back. Let's go. Let's finish that one part. So now we know that I was basically 1 year in a foster home and then 1 year
Without me.
without. So 2 years I was without her.
No, all these pictures shows you.
No, I know. It's fine.
You
So
were so baby.
and
here.
then when I come to America, you got to remember she's already been living here for 1 year.
You
so-
were 8 years old.
Wow, what?
7 or 8.
That's crazy because I was always told 3.
No, don't get confused.
I am confused, Mom.
No. Here, you are not 3 in here.
But I can't be 8.
I don't remember. Was it
No.
6 or 7? Something like that.
Maybe 5, 6, not
Yeah.
8.
You have the pictures.
Yeah, I have
all
the pictures. But it's hard to tell because I'm kind of tall and I'm broad. I don't know. Okay, so what I wanted to ask you was, okay, so let's just kind of end that. So you guys, she comes to America, she has her own life, and then I come, and the problem with me coming during like a time in her life where she's just trying to find herself again, she didn't understand that when you have a child and then you left the child, when they come here and now the child wants to be only with you, she didn't know how to do that. Like my mom feels more comfortable having friends.
That was one of the parts
She
of
feels
my life.
more comfortable with that. So we never really had that bonding time alone together.
Oh, we did, baby.
Very short. We did. Short, but it was short. But what I'm trying to say is, it's fine. I've let that part go. It was just being lied to my whole life and then trying to put the pieces together. It feels better if you are in a situation like us to sit your kids down and be honest with them, tell them the truth, because the truth sets people free instead of me trying to figure it out, her trying to cover it up because she's ashamed. So when you're ashamed of something and you're trying to cover it up, you have to lie. So then when you lie, your lie has to be created more lies. Then it becomes like, what the hell are you even telling me? And then that's how anger comes. So one of the reasons why we didn't have a good
I couldn't
relationship.
lie to you because when you come here and you see my life and everything, you were growing up. So you see it. You understand what's going on. I was a young girl. I was still young. And at that time, because I had a bad, as you said, background with the man. So I like to be with friends. I like to have a boyfriend. This kind of life, it was separate. But always I was with you.
No,
Especially my brother who died. Every day, he came to our apartment. He makes he brings so much toys to you.
he was the best uncle.
Oh, he was
He
so
just
kind.
recently
Even
passed
though
away.
Farouk,
Oh no,
he was friend.
he was my
good.
father. He was my only father
You
here.
know,
He was like a father.
Yeah, it was. But your father came to America 2 times, 3 times.
Terrible.
But he was. We don't want to talk about it.
I already
He
did.
passed away.
I already told them.
So-
I told them everything.
Anyway.
Don't you remember the girl Nazi? My friend Nazi?
Yes.
How old was I, Mom? I was 13 years old while he was having sex with her.
Anyway.
But you see what I mean? Like I told my Mom, I walked in on my dad. He was in bed.
I
with
couldn't believe it. Because this kind of life, I never
So,
had it.
How many times do you have to tell someone? She would not believe me, you guys. And he got away with it. This is what makes me upset to you parents out there. If you have a child that comes to you and says, Mom, this is what happened, don't doubt your child. And that's why I'm doing this podcast. The only reason I'm doing my life story right now is not to put my mom down or to get sympathy from you guys. As a matter of fact, I don't like sympathy. If you know me, I hate it. So this is about bringing awareness. I have told my mom many times. She couldn't believe it. It's just hard for
Who
her to
was
believe.
Nazi? Nazi was.
That was my Persian girlfriend. You remember she had adopted parents? I was in 7th grade.
In your school?
Yeah. How do you not
How come
remember
I
she
don't
was
remember?
I think she's really lost a lot of her memory.
Of course.
Remember she had short black hair. I'll tell you exactly what happened.
Do we have a picture of her?
Maybe I could look for a picture of her. Our
I
salon,
know.
our salon used to drive me from school to the hotel. Do you remember that?
Arsenal?
Yeah.
For what? For
Mom.
wedding?
No, Mom. Okay. When my real father came to visit, he
Oh.
stayed at a hotel for 1 week.
Oh,
That was the
okay.
time I was supposed to go stay with him.
Yes.
And our salon is my cousin, and he would be the one that would drive him places and stuff. So he would drive me. He would come pick me up from school in Glendale and take me there. And she was.
And then you see Dad with Nazi?
Yeah, I told you.
I don't remember. Baby.
So this girl was my friend, and we used to go after school. Even our salon saw Nazi.
You know what I remember at that time? With one of my friends.
Yeah, I remember.
You know who?
The one that plays.
I don't want to. Yes.
Somebody that you know now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Do you see how she is? Like she's friends with
That
someone.
I remember.
I remember that too. So my dad comes to America to finally like have a relationship with his daughter. I'm like 13 years old.
No,
I told
he was
you.
not like that. He was looking for a woman.
That's all he was looking for. So yeah, so she doesn't remember that was very traumatizing for me to walk in to the hotel room and my dad is on top of my friend, which by the way, later, I just remember.
Arsalan saw it too?
No, Arsalan dropped me off.
Oh.
I go upstairs and then I see this and there's no cell phones or anything. So I run back downstairs to the hotel lobby.
And he saw you see him?
Arsalan saw me. He had not left. And I said, Arsalan, don't leave. I can't stay here by myself. And I remember him saying to me, just go sit in the car. And then I don't remember what happened after that. Then I just remember.
I was not there. I wasn't.
Then my dad said, no, I was massaging her friend. It's ridiculous. You know how he was. And it all started, whatever. I don't
He
know.
was always with all my friends when I was in Europe.
But we're talking about a 13-year-old
my friends
girl.
didn't come to my house.
He was 60.
He was afraid of him.
He's like 20 years older than my mom. He was like 20 years older than you.
I got divorced.
When I was 13 years
I'm
old.
glad only I have 2 babies from these stupid.
So anyway, you guys, just understand that one of the reasons why I was abused sexually many, many times in my life is because each time I ever went to tell an adult something like this, they brush it off really quick. Because I'm sure that our salon didn't even talk about it again. No one talked about it again. It went away.
Because this is culture.
See, culture. So now if you say that, Mom,
exactly.
you're going to get so many people upset.
No, not our culture. It was like even not my mother before that.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what I've been told.
It was
my whole life.
not that
Don't get mad at me. I don't know anything about Muslim.
No.
I wasn't raised by a
It wasn't like Muslim. Jew.
Persian.
Listen,
She
Persian.
never read
Persian.
the Quran to me. We never sat down, me and
Because
her.
I never believed this stuff.
That's what I mean. So I'm not coming from this,
I put you in a
Christian school.
Christian school.
She did. And by the way, I'm going to give my mom some props here. When I was about 10 years old, I was very interested in religion. I told you guys about the brush of God. Since that God, I was very interested in learning. As a matter of fact, she told me I can learn whatever I wanted. I even brought the Jehovah Witnesses. She woke up one morning, comes out to the living room, and I'm sitting down with like 5 people with a Bible. You remember?
Yeah.
And you were like, what is this? And I was like, sit down, Mom. I was like 11 or 12.
That was good. I was glad.
Yeah.
Because you believe something.
But then she threw them out.
I don't remember.
Yeah, because they said something they said we don't call God God. And my mom was like, oh, no, get out. Okay, she's getting tired. Okay, so basically we've gone a lot. It's draining, you guys. So the next thing I'm going to ask you, and then we'll bring Momani back again, is Q. So I want to ask you a really quick question.
Too much story.
Too many stories. So my question to you is, after my dad, this is all done, So
Yeah.
then you had me here with you. Many years you lived kind of a single woman.
Yes.
And during those times, I remember good things. I don't remember bad. I loved all your friends.
Sometime I had boyfriend, not to
They were
my
fine.
boyfriend. They were young fellow.
They were like different guys here and there, which is fine. They were fine. I didn't have a problem. But the problem was, it was short. Like, I only.
Okay, when I met you, you were 10 years.
Yeah, 9.
To go to be
Yeah.
10.
9, 10.
Even I go date with him, I took you.
I remember we went to El Torito.
Yes,
That was our date. And Benihana.
that's it.
Those are the 2 places he took us on dates. Now, my stepdad was not an evil man from the beginning. He really tried to get me, like, to win me over.
Because he hasn't had daughter, he was in love with you. But listen, the drug
Yes.
changed him.
Yes. Power. Money, drugs, power. Those are
Yeah.
the things that changed him. So
Even to me, not to you only.
and the thing that I want my mom to understand is every time he used to beat me up, she tried to minimize it. So
Every time he what?
minimizat.
Not too much. No.
Okay,
I'm
that's
telling you.
this is
not
a
too
problem
much.
because he was an abusive man to me from okay, I'm gonna tell you from when. The abuse started with Q. Immediately after you married him, the week later when he wanted me to call him a dad. And I said, no, I'm calling you Q. He said, you call me dad, and he slapped me across my face. And that was the very first abuse. I told you, and you said, don't be mean to him. So basically what you did was you taught me that it's okay to be hit by a man.
No.
Yes, Mom, you did.
Because I never be like that myself. I don't let no man to hit me.
Well, you, because
Not even your dad.
well, they didn't
Not
hit you.
even Shine's
You
dad.
got lucky. You got lucky to have men.
Even Q. Q never hit me. Q like this.
That's
you
not
know,
true.
when he was drinking coffee, he dropped the a cup. Maybe it was by accident come to
You
my
mean
head.
from the beginning? Mom, come on. He abused the hell out of you.
I don't know.
I think this is a safety mechanism for her, but let me tell you guys something.
No. I don't want to
Did you
say
have
he
a
was a
good-
good man. No
When
way.
did you, okay, from the beginning when you married him, tell me, what do you remember that was good?
From Q? We had the very beginning.
That's what I
we had a
mean.
good time.
Exactly.
Yes.
But the moment you got married with him, it changed.
He changed. He thought he's the man in the house. Like he.
But do you understand that that's hard for some little girl?
And he was, because you were always sleeping in my bed, right? And he was trying to understand you. Now I'm here, you have to sleep in your bed. That was the
But
problem.
a mother should, and I'm saying this because we're trying to help others, a mother should tell the husband that she's going to get married to, this is my child, she comes before you, number one.
Of course.
You explain your child's life to this man and say, I'm sorry, Q, this girl is going to stay in our bed.
Of course, I did.
No, Mom.
I fight with him. That's why we got the fight.
Exactly. So
Because of that, I said no.
so what happened was for
She's not going. She's going to be hurt
exactly.
because all her life.
Tell
was
them
with
what
me.
he did to me, Mom, and you think it
He
is.
put you once in the garage,
It's not true.
and I run and I bring you out.
Do you know that if we go back to the Aldea house,
Yes.
if we ever go back there, inside that garage, I have marks of how many times I was in there. I'm dying to go back. How many times have I told you guys I would love to go back to that garage? No one will ever know where those marks are except me. I know how many times he put me in there. He put me in that garage
Only nighttime.
at night, in the middle of the night. And usually would get me out before you wake up in the morning.
Okay, whatever. You remember. I don't remember.
I even remember him kicking me in my shins a lot. Like with those boots. He used to wear those boots. He wore boots. I just remember his shoes always being.
No, it was only, when he was a very,
He dressed like a pimp, basically. He dressed like suits and the. But anyway, what I want you guys to understand is that she was clueless to it. That he would.
he was so nice to you, remember?
But yeah, but he was. Yes, he was very nice to me. But at the same time, he hit me. So
That was because his drug first.
do you see what I mean? You can't excuse that.
No,
is what I'm
no.
saying.
But Q thinks maybe he had because he grew up in an army family. You know, maybe his dad was.
I'm
hit
sure
him.
it was.
He thought maybe I'm not sure. The way he wants to for you to grow up with hitting or bad
With a
talking.
belt. You saw it. You've seen him hit me
My
with a belt.
father wants to hit my brother Farhad with a belt.
Mom, but what I'm saying is,
You know,
I'm your
and
daughter that just
what I
came to
mean-
America, and you knew that she came from a messed up.
You think
beginning-
I was happy
No,
for
I don't
him
think
to
so.
do this?
But don't tell me it didn't happen, is what I'm saying. It's the worst thing you can tell a child.
But
You can't always tell me it didn't happen.
no, I said it happened.
You just said
but
once.
not 100 times.
It happened 100 times. If you take all
Okay.
the abuse and put it together, it's 100 times. Think about when we went to Lake Tahoe and he made me sit and watch him smoke crack.
That was all of you, not only you.
No, it was me. My friends were
There
all.
was children like you in there.
But they were younger than me. They don't even remember anything. They were like,
no,
like-
no. Well, let me see. Who was your age? Payam was with you guys.
I don't think Payam was there
Payam
yet.
was there, of course.
Payam was his
everywhere.
son, and he was used to him. Me and Payam were both
No,
abused.
Payam never grew up with him.
No, but when Payam came to live with us, he abused Payam too.
That's all I'm telling you.
That doesn't make anything better, Mom.
No. What I'm saying, he was with his child. He shouldn't do that to his child
He shouldn't do it to me.
and to you, of course.
But do you see what my mom just said? The fact is that he should have never hit his own child.
Of course.
But you didn't say, okay, Mom.
No, I didn't say he shouldn't do it. To
All
his
I
child.
want is our
And
viewers
he allowed
to
to
learn.
do to you. No. You are getting confused.
No, I
baby.
understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that it's important that if in the future, if my daughter comes to you and says, so and so is hitting me, Mamani, don't ever say, oh, honey, don't worry, I was hit before too. You say, who is it? No, it shouldn't be it. You have to, like what happened the other day with your husband here, and he went like that to Isabella, took the phone and fell, and you said, no, he didn't try to hit you. What I'm trying to tell you is don't excuse them.
Okay.
And that's important because so many people keep quiet.
نذار تمومش کن
Okay.
ماما.
My mom is getting tired from this.
Very
so
tired.
let's cut.
Talk to me later.
Okay, wait, I want to say goodbye. So, Mom, thank you.
Thank you.
It's exhausting, you guys. But here's what I'm really proud of about her
Okay.
because she's like being put under this, the spotlight right now.
It's okay.
So I appreciate her honesty, and it's hard to be honest about these
Always
things.
I was honest to you. And your brother and your others.
You weren't. It's okay, Mom. You've never
No.
been honest with us, but
Where
that's okay.
you got your trust? I mean, where you
I
got
have no
your
trust.
feeling?
I have.
Your feeling. You're so kind.
Oh
You
yeah,
always forgive people.
from you.
Okay.
I know. I got good things from you, but luckily I didn't follow. I didn't continue on the pattern.
You shouldn't because you are the new generation.
And that's what we're trying to help these people.
Yeah, you
Cut
are
it.
the new generation. For you, I was the old one.
Right.
But now you are the new one for the young.
Next time we talk to her, we're gonna talk to her about like why she let me get married.
Oh, yes. If you let me, of course.
No, I'll let you talk. Okay.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Thank you.